Okay, so my name is Madeline Dolente. I've been a trainer for 23 years. I have 83 fitness certifications, and I actually started fitness when I was in college, or actually in high school. I played sports, and I had a friend who I played soccer with, and I asked her what she did when she was done soccer season. And I really looked up to her. She's an outstanding person. And she invited me to go to the gym with her. So I started going to the gym and doing classes. At that time, my mother had her third episode of cancer. So I found it was challenging at home, and for me, whenever I was taking classes, it became fun. And it was really enjoyable to me to be able to do aerobics, to lift. The people I met in the gym, it was a really fun time. So my senior year of college, I went to college and I started teaching. My freshman year of college, it was kind of funny. I went to a step class, and I was 10 minutes late to step aerobics. And if anyone knows anything about step aerobics, it's a routine. So if you show up late to a routine, you're pretty much in the Tom and Jerry episode where you're following. At the end of the class, the instructor said to me, "You can teach my class next week." And I thought she was making fun of me. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I know, I'm the jerk, right? She was serious. So I had to teach class the next 2 weeks while she was on vacation. And I taught this class not knowing anything. I was like completely clueless. I'm like, okay, knee up, knee step. And the whole class loved it. And I'm like, are they serious? Like, what's going on here? So as a freshman in college, I decided I wanted to get good. I had an opportunity. Ric Flair had a Gold's Gym, and I had an opportunity to start out personal training there. So as a freshman in college, I was personal training and I was teaching aerobics. Two of the national aerobic champions taught at the Gold's Gym, so I took classes with them all the time. What I realized, even at a young age, if you wanted to get good at something, you had to spend your time with people who are very passionate. So by spending my time with people who were good and passionate, I absorbed some of that. I learned from them, and by the end of my freshman year, after getting 2 certifications, Alan said to me, "Are your ears burning?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You're actually getting really good." We were just talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I finally am getting this. So with fitness, I would learn a new trade each year. So spinning became really big in 1995, so I got certified in spinning. And I love to do outdoor things, so I wrote a column in college called Getting Fit with Madeline, but my senior year, I saw a guy running, and I said, "When do you guys run?" Because I never really enjoyed running when I was younger. I played soccer and lacrosse, but running was like a chore. So he said, "We run Tuesdays and Thursdays." And I'm like, "You do?" Those are the 2 days I don't teach. So I went out for the cross-country team, but here's the lesson. A girl said to me, I said, "I think I'm going to go out for cross-country." And she said, "Well, what if you're the last one?" So I went to that Gold's Gym and found the lady who I always saw running. And I went up to her and I said, "I have an opportunity to do cross country, but what if I'm the last one?" And she said, "Madeline, it doesn't matter, just go ahead and do it." So I did it. I wound up getting a trophy, and the girl that asked me wound up getting liposuction. The one that said, "What if I come in last?" So I took the hard road, but there was one of our training runs, and I was running with this girl who was normally a little bit of obnoxious, just had an attitude. And what I found was that it wasn't she had an attitude, she was very smart and kind of standoffish. But during that run, we talked and it was just a lovely run. So from that moment on, I began to love running. So I, from that course, have done 23 marathons. And for me, nature's always been something that just lifts my spirits. And in teaching and in training and all the classes I've done, I realized that there's a fitness challenge for everyone. And there's something good for everyone. I've worked with a lot of people with diabetes who are in wheelchairs. They can still do stretches. They can still do some types of yoga. I just learned that in fitness there's an element for everyone. There's a challenge for everyone. And one of the reasons I really got into Spartan racing was because I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to show people they're far more capable. And when you take people outside, it redefines or makes it almost limitless. and it kind of changes their world, and I think people are more likely to talk. You know, when you're in a step aerobics room, you've got your spot. God forbid you step in someone else's spot, right? But when you're outside, you can climb over the mountain, you can go through the trees. And to watch people who thought they couldn't do a 5K, do a Spartan race, that to me is what I love. And I think the mental part, my message, especially to women I've been working with, is why aren't you worth it? Because I think we're all worth it. And I think if we treat ourselves like we're worth it, we'll be able to treat others like they're worth it. And it took like 2 years ago I started making change with my diet. I'm on the road all the time. So I started to say, you know what, I'm worth it. I'm worth packing my food. I'm worth eating things that make me feel awesome. But I think in life, a lot of people tell us we can't. And so we allow that. And I think if you pay attention to all the people that say you can't, you might as well lay in bed and, you know. But if you focus on what you want to achieve rather than watching someone else do it, the life is limitless. And I always say I give people a lot of gifts. And I spend a lot of time with people, and I say, give this gift to someone else. And, you know, I think, you know, God gives everyone gifts, and so it's not about being something else. It's about using that gift you have to be your best self and use it to empower someone else, and that's why I teach fitness.